Let's begin drafting your first OKR. My advice for OKRs. Introduce OKRs to your organization as vegetables, not as candies. Yeah? After you eat candies, you get very tired usually. Yeah? So vegetables is more you want to get healthy with your performance management, performance tracking, and performance system in your organization. Take time to figure out what really matters, what really moves you towards your vision, mission, and strategies. Use OKRs to build, improve, and innovate your processes and products. Keep it simple that everyone understands your OKRs. Don't use very complicated language. Tailor the OKR framework to your organization. And reviewing OKRs on a regular basis. Measure your progress. And not too many objectives and key results. What I would advise, start with one OKR first and building up your OKR muscle and add more OKRs in the upcoming cycles. 5 common mistakes with OKRs. First, letting perfect becoming the enemy of the good, meaning most likely you don't have the perfect OKR at the beginning. So you need to readjust your key result or even your objective to get a good OKR set up. Forgetting to measure progress. So that's a very common mistake. You set your OKRs and maybe you measure it by the end of the OKR cycle. You should really use your weekly check-ins, you update your progress of your teams, employees, and your company level. The third mistake is over cascading. So you have too many OKRs and too many teams aligned, and then you even cascade it further down to your employee level. Imagine if you have on each levels 5 OKRs, yeah, for each department, company level, and also employees, how many feedback conversations you need to conduct. So keep it simple and not too many OKRs for each level. The fourth mistake is if it's getting tough, you will give up. So just keep going, yeah, and readjust your key results if you think this doesn't lead you to the right direction. Asking the right questions when you set your OKRs. For objective, does this feel like it has a finish line, it has a destination? Is this feasible within your time frame? Is there a simpler way to say this? Is this describing the problem to solve or the solution we will try? Are these the most important problems we can solve? For your key results, ask these questions. Can we measure this today? Is this metric fast moving enough that we'll see it change in our time frame? Is there a simpler way to say this? Could this metric be confused with a similar one? Do we need to be more specific? Do you think these are possible in the time frame? Is it possible to achieve the objective without hitting the key result? Is it possible to hit the key result and still not achieve the objective? In the previous lesson, we learned the difference between KPIs and OKRs. KPIs focusing on the output, OKRs on the outcome. Output is something what we do, outcome is something that happens as a consequence what we do. So what is an example of an output and an outcome? So let's take the coffee business. So as an input, you have your cost of beans, your water, your time. What is invested in the process? As a process, you have your process quality, your efficiency, or your consistency. So that's the efficiency of your coffee making. As an output is what is produced, the coffee type itself, the quality and the type of coffee. As an outcome, what we are ultimately trying to influence. So you want to have, for example, happy customer, you want to increase your sales. purpose of OKRs? Usually you take OKRs for the following processes. You want to build something, create something that didn't exist before. A product, a better process. You want to improve something, make something that already exists better. So you want to upgrade your product. You want to know what your customer really wants. And you want to innovate, reinvent something that already exists. With OKRs, you're more flexible, you're more agile in this business world. So usually, if you're more output driven, you develop a new product, for example, and then you keep going, but you don't really know if that works and if it's accepted in the market. So you keep developing without really knowing if you head to the right direction. Instead, if you're more outcome driven, then you know where you want to head and then you work backwards. You see what kind of key results you need to adjust, and what kind of adjustments you need to have in your quarter to go to the right direction, to hit your goal. So this is more an agile methodology and a fast experimentation and frequent measurement in order to bring you to the right destination. Guidance for developing your objective. Write your objective as a single sentence. Begin with a verb, improve, increase, and define a focus area for improvement, not maintenance. It's not business as usual. And describe it. Why do you choose this objective now? Put that in the objective description. 3 questions to ask. Fundamental objective question. What is the most important area to focus on making measurable progress? Why is this objective so important now? If the team could only focus on one objective, what would it be? Guidance for setting your key results. What change in customer behavior will bring us closer to achieving the objective? How can we measure that? What could we do more consistently? How will achieving the objective change our own and other stakeholders' experience and or our behavior? What would success look, feel, or smell like? How can we measure that? As an example of objectives. So this is a place where you want to be. You have internal and external objectives. For external objective, conquer the Asian, European, or American market, make customer love my product. As an internal objective, become a great place to work. So it can be a combination, a mixture of external and internal objectives. You focus on your customer as well as on your employees. Example for key results. So key results is your navigation system. It indicates you if you get closer to your goal, to your destination. Let's take an example, the objective, make customer love my product. As key result, customer satisfaction score of 90%, key result, increase review rating from 4 to 4.5, and key result number 3, reduce support reply time to 30 minutes. As you can see here, most likely if you hit all these key results, you will achieve your objectives. So your customer will for sure love your product. Let's take a real OKR example set by Tesla. As an objective, they said launch the most efficient battery system for Tesla's new car model worldwide. So as you can see, it's a very vague but ambitious goal. So how can they measure it now? The first key result they said, sourcing free raw materials with a 30% better conduction rate. The second key result, developing a battery prototype with a 40% higher storage. And the third key result include a battery system in the car frame. So as you can see, they made their objective precise by setting all these 3 key results. So they make it measurable. And most likely when they hit all of these 3 key results, they achieve their objective. So how can you bring now alignment and engagement in your organization? The first key result you turn into an objective of the purchasing department. The second key result you turn into an objective of the R&D department. And the third key result you turn into an objective of R&D department number 2. Then your teams come up with their key results, so you get the buy-ins of your team members and employees. So they are part of the goal setting. So that's a way how you cascade further down your OKRs to departments and employees. We drafted a couple of OKR examples for your departments as well as for industries. So these OKR examples you can download in this lesson section.